a lawsuit has just been filed against Prince Andrew over allegations of sex abuse. Let's speak now to our royal correspondent, Rhiannon Mills, who joins me on the phone. And we know this involves Virginia Giuffre, who, in a statement, said the lawsuit was brought under the Child Victims Act to allege that she was trafficked to him and sexually abused by him.
That's right, Anna. So in the last half an hour, it's been confirmed by Virginia Giuffre's lawyer. You may have heard her before, called Virginia Roberts. That was her maiden name. Her lawyer, David Boies, has confirmed that they have indeed filed this lawsuit in federal court over in America against the Duke of York. Now, in a statement, David Boies has said, "In our country, no person, whether president or prince, is above the law, and no person, no matter how powerless or vulnerable, can be deprived of the law's protection. Over the past 5 years, Prince Andrew and his advisors have stonewalled every attempt to resolve this matter without litigation. It's now long past the time for him to be held to account." Now, of course, this is a story that we've talked a great deal about, and it all revolves around the links between Prince Andrew and the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who, of course, took his own life last year. Now, of course, at the centre of all this, throughout the years that we've discussed it, has been that photograph of Prince Andrew with his arm around Virginia Roberts. Now, Prince Andrew, it has to be said, has always denied meeting her, has denied having any sexual contact with her. However, Virginia Roberts has alleged in these court submissions that she was directed by Jeffrey Epstein, who she worked with as a masseuse, that she allegedly claims that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew on 3 occasions: in 2001, in London, in New York, and the US Virgin Islands when she was only 17 years old. Of course, that was illegal over in New York. It wasn't, of course, illegal over in London. Now, we're told that this lawsuit now seeks unspecified compensation and accuses Prince Andrew of sexual assault and intentional infliction of emotional distress. In the lawsuit, it states that 20 years ago, Prince Andrew's wealth, power, position and connections enabled him to abuse a frightened, vulnerable child with no one there to protect her. It's long past the time for him to be held to account. Also, Virginia Giuffre tonight has released her own statement in which she has said, "Today, my attorneys filed litigation against Prince Andrew under New York's Child Victims Act. As the complaint lays out in detail, I was trafficked to him and sexually abused by him. I'm holding Prince Andrew accountable for what he did to me. The powerful and the rich are not exempt from being held responsible for their actions. I hope that other victims will see that this is possible, not to live in silence and fear, but one can reclaim her life by speaking out and demanding justice." Now, of course, it is very important to point out this evening that we have approached those who represent the Duke of York this evening. They are not commenting. However, when we look back at the times that we have reported quite extensively on this case previously, Prince Andrew, through the palace, have said in statements that it is emphatically denied that Prince Andrew had any form of sexual contact or relationship with Giuffre. The allegations made are false, any foundation.
Rhiannon, with that breaking news, thank you very much indeed for that. So one of Jeffrey Epstein's longtime accusers has sued Prince Andrew, saying that he sexually assaulted her when she was 17. Lawyers, as you heard there, for Virginia Giuffre, filing that lawsuit in Manhattan Federal Court. We will obviously keep an eye on that. But as Rhiannon said there, the spokesperson for Prince Andrew is suggesting there will be no comment tonight after that filing.